Hi everyone, how are we doing? Here we are, past the middle of November and doing well, I think. We're moving right along. And in our crisis management section, we had some great discussions in there. And we never know that there's going to be a crisis. And a crisis to one business may be totally different from another. And so to be prepared or to have a plan only makes sense. On the huge spectrum, the pandemic was well beyond what anybody would have imagined, and that would be huge. But if we look back at our case study, our first case study, or even the case study in this particular unit with the Tylenol, those things they had to react. So you have to have a plan. So planning, practicing carrying out how you're going to work that plan, who's going to be the spokesperson for those issues. All those things are so important. And when you say practice, a lot of people think, oh, I'm not going to practice that. It's like a role play. Nobody wants to practice a role play. Well, trust me, when you get into business, bet you're going to practice a role play if you're in sales. Guaranteed. Been there. So anyway, some great discussions on that, and all very true. The biggest thing is to have some kind of a plan. And, are you ever prepared for a crisis? Maybe not, but at least if you've got a plan in place, that can be carried out. So, word to the wise. So, I'm going to get your case studies back, speaking of which. And then we're going to talk a little bit about your term project. I know it seems like it's a long ways off. It's not. It's due December the 8th. But in Unit 8, that's where we're working now, we're talking about what you need in your public relations toolbox. And there's a couple discussions in there, and there's a reading. I want you to read that, what you need in your PR toolbox, and the 8 values that will make your content newsworthy. And then the term project. So you've already started your term project. Way back in the beginning of the semester, you created your nonprofit organization that was for your term project. So you're going to go back and scoop that out. And then you're going to work on the second part of your project. And in part 2, what you're doing is you're creating public relation pieces, writings, that's going to promote your new organization. Okay? So keep in mind, part 1 is done. So go back and pull that out. You're going to put it all together in one assignment now for December the 8th. So part 2, you're going to do 3 public relations strategy writing pieces. So you may choose to do a press release. It's a great idea to do a feature story because it's a new organization. I'm going to do a story on this, why people should, pay attention, why it would be, how you invite them in and let them know that you've got a new organization that makes sense and is meaningful to whoever your audience is. You may do an event. And an event, you may create an event. Maybe you'll create it in infographic, or maybe you'll have an event that you'll post some other way. Maybe you'll do a magazine writing, or a newspaper or a newsletter. So there's all kinds of ways that you can promote, come up with your 3 strategies of what you're going to use to promote your new organization. And then you'll put that all together and submit it by December 8th. And lo and behold, that's almost the end. So, December the 8th, I believe, is the end. So if you have any questions, don't wait to do this, because if you look back, we did 1 assignment, press release, 1 assignment, create a feature. Those were one in maybe 1 or 2 weeks. Now you've got to create 3, and they've got to be done by December the 8th. So plan your time. Plan your time when you're going to do the first one. First of all, what you're going to do, and then what they are and when you're going to do them, so that you can't cram this all in to make it really well done. So, word to the wise, start at it now and pick away at it as we go. You've got, 3 weeks to get that done, and then it will be due. So better to plan your time, space it out, and do one at a time. So that's my advice. I think it's good advice. If you have any questions, though, or any concerns, or any ideas that you want, please reach out to me. Be happy to help. And do have a good week.